Palmer House, Chicago. Chandeliers big enough to bankrupt a small town. I wore my best department store suit and the proudest thing a man can wear. Father of the groom. Then I flipped my place card. Austin Mitchell, father of the groom, low-educated fake dad. Laughter rolled down the Hawthorne's table. Dr. Richard, his wife Victoria, golden son Bradford, all grinning like they'd won something. 22 years of calloused hands and double shifts reduced to 5 words in calligraphy. My hands shook. I thought about slipping out, leaving my son his perfect night. A hand landed on my shoulder. Trevor. My kid. He read the card. His jaw set. "Let's go home, Dad." The music died. Conversations froze. Trevor's voice carried like a gavel. "You just ruined your own wedding the minute you tried to humiliate the man who raised me." We walked out together. The Tesla and the truth in the garage sat a brand new Tesla. Not the car of an entry-level software engineer, the title Trevor had been feeding me. "Talk," I said. He took me for a drive through a glittering Chicago that suddenly felt foreign. Then he parked outside our old apartment and told me everything. Sophomore year, he and his roommate Jake built adaptive cybersecurity software in a dorm room, Fortress Digital. Last year, Microsoft bought it, $47 million. He hadn't told me because he knew I'd try to pay back every penny I'd ever spent and give the rest away. He wanted to earn my respect the hard way. Then he said one more thing. He'd recorded Richard handing a pen to a cousin and planning the joke. Stephanie, Trevor's bride, had called me a formality. Trevor's voice went cold. Now they're going to learn who they insulted. Boardroom breakfast. Next morning, we rode an elevator to Hawthorne Hospitality Group. Marble, mahogany, a view of the lake like a painting. Richard smirked. Lawyers circled. Trevor opened a leather briefcase and laid down papers, proxy statements, shell company filings, transfer docs. "In the last 6 months," he said, "I've been quietly acquiring your stock through legally distinct entities. As of 9:30 a.m., I control 51% of Hawthorne Hospitality." Silence hit the room like a wall. "You can't," Richard started. "I can," Trevor said. "As controlling shareholder, I'm installing new leadership. Effective immediately, the Hawthornes are relieved of all duties. Security appeared. Calm, efficient, final. This company," Trevor added, eyes on Richard, "belongs, through me, to the man you mocked." We left before lunch. Outside, the headlines were already blooming. The mushroom cloud. By the time we reached my place, Chicago had turned our exit into legend. Tech millionaire son buys bride's family company after fake dad insult. Reporters called. Neighbors gawked. A news anchor asked how I felt about the most expensive act of filial revenge in Chicago history. "I feel proud," I said. "The fake dad raised a man with a spine." Trevor stared like he was seeing me new. "You're okay with it?" "I'm okay with you choosing family," I said. "That's what we do." Storm door a week later, past midnight, October rain. Someone pounded my door. Stephanie, ruined makeup, soaked hair, shaking. "I need to talk to Trevor." He arrived behind her, suit rumpled, eyes hard. "Explain the place card," he said. "It was Bradford's joke," she sobbed. "I wanted his approval. I never meant—" Trevor placed an envelope on the table. "A non-compete your family signed when they needed cash. No Hawthorne can work in hospitality for 20 years. She cried harder. He opened the door to the storm. "You chose humiliation over love. When you leave here, don't come back." She stayed until the rain eased. Then she left. So did he. 6, after the fireworks, the takeover made Trevor famous. He hated the attention. We ate cheap pizza and pretended the world wasn't on fire. Weeks later, the feds arrested Richard for long-running tax fraud. I expected triumph. Trevor felt empty. "Revenge felt good for 5 minutes," he said. "I don't want my story to end with what I destroyed. I want it to be about what we build." The announcement, 6 months later, tuxes at the Ritz. Trevor walked on stage and talked about worth versus value, money versus character, rich versus wealthy. A screen dropped. The Austin Mitchell Foundation for Working Families and Education. He'd already funded scholarships, job training, and microloans. Then he dropped the number. Tonight I'm endowing the foundation with $100 million. He pointed at me. My father, a man someone once called a low-educated fake dad, taught me that success without purpose is just expensive failure. The room stood and clapped. I cried and didn't care who saw. Building, not breaking. 3 years flew. The foundation opened trade schools in battered towns, put kids through college, seeded family businesses. Trevor ran the hospitality company like a human being and spent his heart on the foundation. Real victory, he told me over Tuesday. Coffee is sitting in this kitchen and feeling richer than any billionaire because we're building something that wasn't here before. He was right. Full circle. 5 years after the wedding, our gala theme was 5 years of transformative impact. 8,000 families helped. 14 trade schools. 230 microloans that created over 1,000 jobs. Dozens of doctors, engineers, teachers sprung from scholarships with my name on them. Dad, Trevor said before we walked in, there's someone you should know is here. Through the glass doors, I saw Stephanie, now Stephanie Martinez, in a simple black dress, holding a little girl's hand. Her stepdaughter, Isabella, had just received a full scholarship through our foundation to Northwestern. She approached quietly. Mr. Mitchell, thank you. Your foundation didn't just give Isabella a future. It gave our family hope. Isabella grinned up at me. I'm going to be an engineer, bridges, skyscrapers, maybe space. Then build them, I said. Stronger than the last ones. The view from the terrace later, we stood on the terrace watching the river catch the city lights. Construction cranes dotted the skyline I'd once helped raise with steel and sweat. Any regrets? Trevor asked. Only that it took me 62 years to realize my worth was never fake, I said. Raising you was the best thing I ever built. He nodded toward the ballroom where families laughed and donors pledged. We proved the American dream isn't dead. It just needed someone stubborn enough to believe in it. The legacy we kept expanding, south, southwest, across the Midwest. When people said our story was about revenge, we smiled. They'd missed the ending. The Hawthorns would be a cautionary headline. We'd be a blueprint. 2. What matters? Here's what I know now. A place card can try to tell you who you are. A sun can show the world who you really were the whole time. And the best revenge isn't a takeover. It's a trade school ribbon cutting. It's a scholarship letter. It's a kid named Isabella building bridges you'll never cross. But knowing you helped lay the first span. I was never a fake dad. I was the foundation.